Hey there, welcome to day 129. I'm playing chess until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1302 after I think it was a draw in our last game. And let's go ahead and jump into another 15-minute rapid game here today. And okay, we're up against the 1288 and I got white. Okay, try to get the Jobava London here. Let's see if we do. Okay, what is this? Media E6. Okay, I think we faced this before. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Jobava London. I think the last time I played A6 right away, but I realized it was kind of a mistake. So I can't go here. We're getting some weird stuff pretty frequently against trying to play the Jobava. I'm not going to capture, so it's either here he just takes. Here I defend, queen comes out. I think I'm just going to defend it like this, and then we'll take and end up with two pawns controlling e5. Okay, he doesn't want to take. Let's see if we can just get... He also prevents knight b5. Let's just play knight f3 and just try to get like a regular setup here. Interesting. So he immediately has weakened his pawns a little bit because he gives us this outpost on e5 for the knight. So I could even... No, I don't want to take it right away because then he can just hop a knight over to challenge it if I like just take the outpost immediately. So I think let's just develop the bishop, possibly develop the bishop here because it is a little bit more useful. Or just go to the regular square here. Let's just go to the regular square, keep everything pretty standard. Okay. So if he hops in here, we can trade. He would be threatening the fork here. Do I want to hop here right away? Because if he hops here, I take, he takes with a fork on these two pieces. So we don't want to allow that. But if I go here, he goes here. Then if he takes, I take, but there's no fork there. Actually, no, there is, because the bishop supports it. So maybe I will go ahead and take the outpost here. Yeah, he challenges that, but if he takes, then we do get a fork. Let's develop the queen out. I mean, is this ever going to be useful? I don't think so. Oh wait, you know what? I think he just blundered a tactic because the bishop is going to be hanging. I can capture here and it's hitting the queen. Yeah, I think that works. Take, take. Yeah, I remember seeing this kind of idea actually when I was learning some of the Jobava lines. Now this is not like a specific line that I learned at all. But this is an idea that you can see when they do hop the knight here. And then we still have our nice outpost here. If I can somehow maneuver the knight over there, that would be a good place for it. Okay, he's hitting the bishop, and I could just place the bishop here for now. I guess he could hop back, and then I might want to move again. So I probably will hop the bishop all the way back. You can't put the knight here because I can just take. Yeah, I think bishop just all the way back seems probably better, or back to f4 here. f4 or g3. It can't be hit by this. Yeah, I think just... Let's go g3. This knight can go here, but I can kick it if I need to. Okay. Now that he hops into there, probably will just come forward to here. Actually, then he pushes this. Although then he really weakens his king all over the place. Can't go back to here. I think I'll just go here. He'll probably challenge it, but then I could just take right away. So let's go here for now. Okay, but then I just take here, and then if he goes here. Actually, I guess he goes here, I move, or can I defend it? If I take, he goes here. The queen can't defend it, so I do need to move. He's able to take, but then I can castle, I can try to castle, he will be double attacking this. Could be an issue. Probably bring the rook here, king up, and try to castle queenside, and then use the open files to attack, but it's a little bit risky. The other option is, no, this doesn't work because he's able to play this. So I might lose the bishop. I can go here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do go here. He attacks this again, and I pull all the way back here. And then we are able to kind of watch the diagonal, prevent castling. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. That seems a little safer. This, it seems like it could be good, but he does get some initiative here and pressure on this pawn, which I'm not really a fan of that. And it will be, you know, I have to still move my king. I have to defend the pawn, move my king, move my queen. Oh my gosh, and I just blundered. Why did I just... Yeah, I still am so bad with knights, and like most of my blunders are from knights. I don't know why I just didn't realize that this is now covered. Wait, when did he... Oh yeah, because he moved the knight here to attack that, and then he's covering it. Yep, okay, completely blundered that. Do I continue the game? Yeah, that is very... that's very unfortunate. I don't know if I should continue the game or just resign. Let's try to play a couple moves, but... Dang, I was off to a good start too, because I had that nice tactic and everything. And then I just blundered a knight, so... Very unfortunate. But... Yeah, knights... Knights, I don't always see where they're looking. Pretty big weakness of mine. Check, he blocks probably... Yeah, let's try to continue here. At least for some amount of time. Okay, I think I'll just castle... Probably just castle normally. I can come back to here. Actually, you know what? Why didn't I just take his knight? I should have just taken his knight. He takes back and then just move the bishop, and I could have kept my bishop here. Yeah. Don't know why I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I haven't played in a couple days, and it looks like I'm a little bit rusty here. Let's just go. Queen check. He pushes. Here he can't castle. I mean, that at least seems kind of annoying. Otherwise, I could try to bring the queen over this way to hit these pawns. Yeah, I don't want to push the queen out yet. Let's just go knight back to here, and I want to push this, and then we have the option to bring the queen out that way. Push this. Queen can come out here. Potentially, we can't go here. And yeah, we do want to, I think we want to connect these pawns, maybe try to route. How can I route this knight to the outpost? I mean, he is looking at it. Okay, let's just defend this. If he takes, we take this way, and we open pressure on his king here. See if it's possible to recover from the blunder. I have this to hit this pawn, but I think he probably won't have too much trouble defending that right off the bat. Okay. Yeah, let's just go back. Okay, he's hitting that pawn. Let's Potentially could ignore that and try to attack his pawn here. He takes, this is guarded, he's not really, yeah, I just take this, and then he's in more trouble than me, I think, if he takes. But he probably won't just take. Here, he maybe moves this knight somewhere to guard the pawn with the bishop. I'd like to break in the center here. Here, doesn't do much. Okay, yeah, let's go here and hit this pawn. Oh, actually, this could be good, because then I also have... Alright, knight moves. Yeah, he does do that. Okay, no, he does prevent the check. Because if I have that check, then I can take here. This pawn is pinned, so that would actually be really good if I could get rid of that. I have check here. He's able to block, but then I can take... Actually, no, I mean, then the bishop is pinned, and it's guarded, so then I could just capture here. So I think I'm just going to play that right away. Or should I castle first? I'm just going to try that first. We have to find some aggressive moves since I'm down material from my blunder. Okay. So, yeah, I think just take here. And then if he takes... Well, then I just take with check anyway, and then take the queen after, I think, probably. So I don't think he can do that. So let's just take... Threatening to capture here with check, which then he has to move the king. So, yeah, I mean, we still have some potential here. That he does guard that. I can take here. Queen takes right here. Actually, I can just go check here. Then his king has to move. King can go here. Maybe I would take the bishop. Don't have this check. Pretty interesting. I can't quite find like a great move, but this seems pretty good to just check here. Okay. And then I can probably capture the bishop. He captures, and then my knight has to go somewhere. Actually, wait, no, I can't quite take that. Because his knight guards. Don't have another check. Take. I don't really want to just capture everything and relieve all the pressure that I have created here. But I might need to. And this pawn is still potentially going to be hanging. Also move the knight here. Then he takes here maybe. Then I come back to here. Hit the bishop twice. Get him to take. I think I kind of like that. Alright, I'm just going to try that. Get the knight back to here. That's a really good outpost, especially with his king being pretty weak. Yeah, he does do that. And then I guess maybe this could be a concern. But if I castle... Yeah, I think I'm going to just hit the bishop first. Can also go take... Take. He can also take with the knight. Then go here. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go here. Yeah. And is there any kind of intermediate move? No. I think we just take this way. And, I mean, there's quite a bit of pressure on his king here. He's nice. It goes back. I think I probably should just castle. I have this to pin him. Don't have this check. Don't have this. These knights are going to want to come into here. Yeah, I think just castling. Maybe just... Yeah, I think castling has got to be the way to go. And then bring the rooks over. Okay. Don't want to just take here for sure. Not sure if I have a great option. No. Go here, knight takes here. I think I might just need to let him take, although I really need that knight to help. The knight's so good there. But yeah, I might just go here. Take, try to come in here. If he takes, I take. He takes, I take. But we'll still have the rook and the queen over here together to attack. So there's still some chances. Otherwise I hop the knight here, but does that threaten anything? Yeah, no, I can't really go anywhere useful. Do I take, let him take, and then go here? No, I think I just go here. Let him take, even though it will give me these messed up pawns, but my idea is to attack right now. And in fact, if he took right now, I take, the rook and the knight are being forked. Even if he takes here, I take here. I'm threatening the queen. Yeah, I think I could capture that. If he took the knight first. Oh. I guess I blundered again. I didn't realize that that pawn was hanging. Yeah. Making some pretty bad errors here. I was just focused on the fact he's looking at the knight, and I didn't even notice he was looking at the pawn there. What can I do here, though? Probably pin this, because then I'm double attacking it. He's threatening check, but that doesn't seem to do anything. If I pin this and he takes, I still have a lot of pressure on his king. Don't have any check. Can't take here. Here. Do have this check. If he takes here, I take here, but then he takes. Yeah, so I think I'd just go here. Let him take the rook and try to use the pin to my advantage. But yeah, my blunders are setting me back quite a bit, just not seeing kind of obvious stuff. Even though I felt like I had some pretty good ideas throughout the game, but then just missing the obvious stuff made me not able to execute on my ideas. Okay. Go here, we have the pin. He probably could try to defend, but no, but then I would fork if he went there. So yeah, he can't capture with back rank because it's pinned. I just have to play the most aggressive and risky moves possible to try to still win here. Threatening to take, and then that looks kind of dangerous. Oh, he does go there, which allows the fork that I wanted. Which, yeah, he moves, we take that. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking he might do, but I thought he would see the fork. And as long as this still stays pinned, yeah, we get check. Oh, wait. Check, over. We take, but then we don't have the pin, do we? Ooh, actually, does this even work? But actually, can I just take? If I take, he takes here. Wait, how does this work? I think I need to just give the check. But after the check, I might have to capture here. Might have to do something different, because if I just take this right away and he's not in the pin, then he can capture here, and I can't block that. It's actually a pretty complicated tactic. Otherwise, I take here. Yeah, he takes. I do have check, actually, but then he blocks. Check here. Not sure what happens there. Yeah. I don't know, I can't figure that out. Okay, I'm just gonna give the check and see if I can figure something out. Otherwise, sacking, take, then the check doesn't really do too much. Alright, let's just give the check. And see what happens. Okay. If take, then I'm in trouble. I could give check here, but then he takes the knight. Take here. I think I have to take here. But then he takes back here. And then I don't really get anything. I have check. Actually, wait. Check here. King moves again. What the heck? I'm just going to try to give this check first. See what happens. Because I couldn't just take there. I didn't have many options. Take. If I take and he takes the pawn, then I get forked, actually. So I think I might have messed up. Yeah. I think I have to resign, probably. This doesn't do anything. Take. I don't have check. Okay, I have to see what I should have done in the game review. I don't see anything else, though. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for this check. Here, he just takes. Okay, yeah, I don't think I have anything. I'm just gonna resign. Okay, that was unfortunate. Had a lot of blunders that game. Let's see what the game review says. Probably really low accuracy, even though I felt like aside from the couple big blunders, I was otherwise playing pretty good moves. It actually gave me better accuracy than him. That's weird. It said I played like a 1600 while he played like a 1500, so I had better accuracy despite... Well, apparently he blundered as well. It says I just had one blunder, but yeah, I don't know. By the time I resigned there, it was completely losing. Did I almost have a chance there? No, I never had a chance because he had that threat of back rank, so I couldn't, the fork didn't work. I don't know if he actually saw that. He might have seen that, or if he just blundered it but then got lucky. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and go through the moves though. The bishop blunder was just very unfortunate because I think I would have been winning if I didn't do that from all the other moves. Okay, so wait, was there... It didn't really like the knight here. It actually wanted the queen to come out to here to immediately hit this. That's interesting. Guess he could defend it like that or something. Okay, yeah, this is not an idea that I've ever seen. But we still have a nice advantage here actually already. It didn't like the knight going straight to e5. It wanted this knight to come back first. Knight coming back to e2. And then that was a blunder, which we found that tactic. So that was his blunder. His blunder was a little bit less of a blunder. It was a tactical blunder. Mine was literally just hanging a piece. Yeah, right here. It did want me to capture. Okay, so I have a +4 advantage. I have a huge advantage here. Take here, but oh, then I get the check. Yeah, never mind. Okay, I was thinking that I couldn't defend the bishop, but if I go check and then defend the bishop this way, oh, that looks really good actually. So check. His king has to move. Yeah, that's why the advantage is so massive. And then I can actually just take the pawn, yeah, to defend. Oh yeah, that would have been an amazing position. I didn't quite see that I had the check there, so that's why I retreated. And retreated right into a blunder. It did want the knight to actually go this way. Maybe to come, yeah, to come to the outpost here on c5, I guess. Although this knight's controlling it for now. But, okay, it wants me, yeah, bishop back. It wants the knight there, which I go for. That was best. The check was good. Then we take the pawn, and black is still totally winning here, though. Because I blundered that bishop. And it's actually minus 3.6. That's actually higher than I would have expected. It wants him to take right away. Okay, it doesn't like my moves here. The check, even though it uncastled, you know, prevented him from castling him, the eval went more in his favor there. Knight back, that was good. Okay, that was best by him. Knight here didn't like as much. Take, take. Did I ever have a chance at this point? Apparently not really. And I didn't even realize this was attacked, so that was just kind of dumb. And it wanted me to go for this pin first before bringing the rook over. So minus 3.8. Okay, now it's best. He takes, take. Yeah, not only was the pawn hanging, but it was hanging with this fork, so yeah, pretty bad. That was inaccurate to even go for that check. So it didn't do anything, and then it did want me to go ahead and capture. But yeah, I didn't have anything here. I was trying to find something, but I didn't have anything. So I'm glad I didn't just miss that there was like a great way to execute this tactic. There really was nothing actually, even though I thought there could be. It didn't quite work. So check, down, take. It wants him to take the knight, so I don't think he would have done that. I think he would have taken like this to try to trade off down material. Okay, but then I have the check. Check. Over. Take, take. And then we did... Okay, no, we're still down. It's still +5 for black. So yeah, it's not even close. The blunder, the two blunders, which it didn't even count. Did it even count this one as a blunder? No, it didn't even count this as a blunder. It called it an inaccuracy, but it was essentially a blunder. I might play a second game because I felt quite rusty there with all the blunders. So let's try a second game and see what will happen. Maybe try not to blunder so much. Okay, I have white again against it. No, game aborted. Oh yeah, let me... Oh, I just realized that for the whole game review, I didn't go to the game review screen. Yeah, here's the game review screen. At least I went through the moves, but yeah, here was the accuracy and all that stuff. But I forgot to go to the game review screen. Alright, let's go back and try another one here, since that one got aborted. Alright, I have black this time, up against a 1360. Go for the Carl Khan. You take that. And okay, yeah, he takes. I never know if they're gonna try the the alien gambit thing. And I really don't know this variation too well. Tartakower variation, I think, of the Caro-Kann. I think we go bishop out here. But not many people play into this actually, so I've only played it a couple times. Haven't looked into it very much at all. Pawn comes forward. That doesn't do anything. This is defended twice. Okay, let's castle. So the one thing, a couple things that I have seen about this variation, because I had watched a couple like videos on this a while ago, are that it's good for attacking, and that you can oftentimes like bring the bishop back and create a battery, create a checkmate threat here. Let's go ahead and just bring the rook to the open file right away. And also, one defensive move that I do remember is you put the knight from here to f8, because very frequently they'll create their own battery. White will create a battery here to threaten checkmate, or to threaten to take the pawn if the bishop is in front. And with the knight here, they never have any threats there. So I don't know where this light square bishop is supposed to really go though. Alright, let's just put the knight here. Let's just put it where it's supposed to be, on f8. He's not really trying to create a battery there, but the couple times I have played this, like in Blitz and stuff, very frequently they do create a battery here, and the knight actually is super helpful. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it. Bring the knight there. And, should I try to, like, kick this bishop out at all? Bishop back. Maybe we expand here on the queen side. Seems like a decent idea. I think I'll just go for that, because why not? Creates this as a weakness, but I think we can easily protect that pawn. We also have potential sacrifices here actually now. Yeah, let's go here and just take up space and try to get the bishop off this diagonal. Because maybe I try to go here, queen comes behind it, try to set up a sacrifice. This just gives me a nice initiative to take up space over here. So I think typically it's just good to go for that, if you can. The pawn expansion. Maybe I even move the bishop here, but I don't know when I would open this up. Because I want to have good control of the diagonal. Okay, this rook's coming over. Can't just sack this yet. Take. Okay, should I try to set up the battery? He is guarding with his knight. Could get the bishop on this diagonal, but then I remove the ability to do that, so the sacrifice. So maybe I won't do that. I actually don't really want to move the bishop because I like having both options, but I need the rooks to connect. Maybe I'll just go rook here and then here. Queen here. We go push the pawn here. He goes back. Then he sets up a battery here, but again, our knight should just do the job of guarding that. Could go bishop here. We could kick it. Then I go here. We try to get rid of the knight and then create checkmate threat. That would be really weakening for him to push that. Here to try to get rid of the knight. Okay, I think I will develop the bishop. It's just better to connect everything. Even though this might end up being better to be on this diagonal. Let's just go ahead and play. Okay, oh, he wants to stay on this diagonal with his bishop. Okay. That should be alright. Let's just drop our bishop back. the dark square bishop. And maybe try to create this checkmate threat quickly, although I guess it's not checkmate because he has moved his rook, so his king can slide over, but, and I mean, I would have to get rid of the knight first, but it at least will create some threats. And then doubling the rooks on this file is going to always be useful, I think, so I could try to go for that pretty quickly as well. Okay, knight hits the bishop. Stacking just doesn't quite seem like the right idea yet. But the knight is gone. I could go here and just trade off for the knight and then immediately go for this. Actually, the knight's not even in the way, so I can just go here. If he takes, check, over. I don't think I have mate from that, though. But I think I do need to actually bring the bishop back. But yeah, maybe just bishop here. Or bishop here, and then we cut off. I'm not drawing arrows properly. Here, and then we try to cut off his escape square. But I'd have to push this pawn. And we might trade the rooks off. Here. If he does hop back, take, queen takes. It also just challenged the bishop right away. But then I lose the ability to sacrifice if he takes. Take, take. Yeah, let's just go... All the way back is kind of weird because then I'm not guarding anything. Yeah, let's go here. Here, and then maybe queen here, and we try to sack this way. And bring the queen in immediately. So if I go here... What does he do? Maybe he could bring his queen over to guard or something? But then his knight is just pretty misplaced, and it's a little hard for it to get back in the game. I guess it could hop back to here with the queen guarding. Okay. Queen moves. It's no longer guarding the bishop. It's no longer going to be able to come in here. It's kind of creating this battery, but it doesn't... It's not hitting anything. Guess he's just developing it. Here, he's able to still go back easily. Here, I immediately hit the knight. I could go back. Okay, let's just go here and create the threat of sacking to open up the king. Let's see what he does. He might get... You know, he doesn't have the queen here to guard that. He moved the queen off that diagonal, so he might get kind of, like, nervous about this. We'll have to see if he plays anything desperate or if he isn't too scared of it. Sometimes just the threat of a sacrifice like that could be pretty intimidating. Take, the queen takes. If I go here, he takes, I take. And it's not with check. He could take, but then I could take the knight. Otherwise I could just go take, he takes, then take, take, take. Knight's guarded in that case. I think I might just sack right away, potentially. Take, he takes this. And then I take the knight. Then I don't have either bishop. So, Not sure. Actually, wait. Hold up. Can I just take here and then fork? Does that not work? This pawn will hang, but it doesn't hang with check. The pawn hangs, but then he's threatening mate. I have to challenge this bishop first. I think I have to get rid of this bishop, because take, here, take, if I take, well, it's not mate, but I go to the corner, it doesn't look appealing. We just go knight here, since he's not attacking this at all. Take, knight there. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the bishop. And if he takes, yeah, I'm gonna challenge him with the bishop, and if he does take this, I'll just take back with the queen. This is guarded. Wait. I could have just forked right away. I don't know why I thought I had to take, he would take, and then I would fork. I could have just forked these two pieces rather than waiting for the queen. Okay, yeah, I'm making some, not seeing things very clearly today. Because this is just an immediate fork. Okay. I don't know why. I thought I had to take, have the queen get there and then take, but then that creates the checkmate threat. But if I just fork now, there's no checkmate threat at all. So, I think if he just moves a piece away, he won't be in any danger. Although, wait, no, but I'm still hitting this, so I'm threatening the fork and hitting this, and it's unguarded. But if he takes here, then I have to take back, and then, or take back like this, and then I'm, yeah. He still is fine, I think. Okay, he does move back, so then I can just fork. Right? Just take, queen takes here. The knight can hop in. If knight takes, pawn takes. And I think I should be safe. Is this a danger? The knight's still covering. Knight comes forward. Oh wait, he will have this. So if I fork, he takes, I take. And then the queen takes with check. Then the knight comes forward, and he's hitting it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's defended twice. Yeah, that could actually still be an issue. So I'm still kind of scared actually to play the fork because of the queen's ability to come over here very easily. Other ideas here, now, here. Oh no, now he doesn't have the checkmate threat, so I think I could do it that way. He takes there. Okay, I think I can do it that way. I think I can do it with the fork. Take, fork, take. Take. And he might be able to threaten mate here. He takes back, that's threatening mate, but I still have my knight. If he gives a check over here, I have to go over. The knight's, as long as the knight guards, I think it's okay. Alright, let's try that. Is it okay? I think so. I better not be blundering again. Maybe I am, because I'm definitely blundering a lot today. Yeah, take. Knight still guards this. Check here. Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try. We'll see. Oh, he just pins it. Pins it. If I go over, the knight can probably hop away. Okay, yeah, I didn't actually consider the pin at all. Should still be okay. Here. This is under attack. Let's have something here. So do I just hop over, just slide over, I think? Here. I can just take the knight if he goes there. So he has to go back this way, I think. think I'm just gonna go over. So then I'm threatening to take the knight. Knight moves. Stacking is not a thing. This pawn is weak. This knight probably it's probably time for it to come back out of hiding. I think definitely going this way probably makes sense. This way I can't really jump forward at all. Could try to go for this square, but it can get kicked away though. Okay, let's just go knight here. Also move the bishop to hit something. Bishop hitting the knight doesn't seem to do too much. Bishop here, kind of interesting. Yeah, let's just go knight here. We might just need to play this towards the endgame, since nothing too crazy has happened here. But I do have some weaknesses in my pawns if we go to an endgame. I don't really want to push these pawns more, but pushing could help if I could push it and then trade it, help undouble it. But yeah, I don't think pushing here is the way. I need to keep these pawns tight around my king. Try to go here to trade and just bring the queen in, potentially. Allow a rook trade, maybe queen comes in here to attack. Bishop could go here, but it doesn't target anything. Yeah, I almost think bishop here, because my bishop doesn't feel all that useful at the moment. His feels kind of useful. Try to trade them off here. And he can trade the rooks. Actually, wait. If I go here, and then he takes here, I have to take, and then he can take. So I don't think I can play here. Because yeah, here I have to take, and that removes the defender. So maybe not this. Maybe here. Or here. He has this weak pawn. I don't really have a way to target that at all. Other than that, his pawns are pretty good, so. I mean, that's not even really like a weakness. Just one single pawn at the back that can't be targeted. If I could route my knight somewhere better, that would be good. I mean, here, that doesn't work. Knight, actually, you know what? I kind of like the knight coming here and then here, but I just have to be careful about this kind of pressure. Okay, coming over to double. Can't slide over here unless he sacked. Sack the knight, take here, queen takes, slide over here, try to just put all the pressure on this. I mean, the knight still guards this though. So maybe the knight does need to stay here for now. I'm just going here, trying to double up my rooks. Actually, wait, I could just hit this rook, and then he has to go back, and then bishop here, and then we get the file. His rook is kind of in a weird spot. Otherwise here, rook back, take the knight. Yeah, I think I'd rather just go here. Here, oh wait, no, here again he can take, and then have to take, so that doesn't work. Same idea. I think I will just go here. Unless does pushing the pawn help at all? Push the pawn, he goes back, go here. The queen can always get away. Also, he could just take that. So yeah, I'm thinking just this. Maybe we'll see. No, he wouldn't sack right away because then I just take. Just check, I come over, I think we're okay. Alright, let's go here. Goes back. Potentially, we trade. And then it does kind of give me a new pawn to target if he takes here. Push. No, you can't push that because we control that. But I do think maybe taking could be good. Not sure what else I did. Oh yeah, I did have this. What was my idea for the knight? Knight to come here, here. Here. That's a fork, but that's like a lot of moves away. Wait, actually I could just go here first. What am I talking about? That's 2 moves away from fork. So if I go here, I'm threatening a fork immediately. He doesn't have that. Okay, let's threaten the fork. Let's create some kind of threat. I could also take. No, then I can't threaten the fork. Yeah, let's just go here. Because then if I take, then I have the fork. This is still concerning, but there's nothing to help the bishop to attack right now. But this diagonal is very powerful for his bishop. So yeah, I'm threatening immediately, take, and then the fork. Okay, he guards that. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Is there anything else there? I think I'll just... Did I go like queen up? No, because he has 2 attackers on this. Could go take, queen here, rook over, threaten the same tactic after we trade, but that's quite a few moves away. Here threatens to play the fork. And then, oh yeah, actually that looks kind of good. He probably takes right away. Take. If he takes, actually, I do have to, I think I should move right away because I don't want to give up my queen. If he takes, I have to take with the queen, and we take here. I guess technically it's better, wait, no. Take. It's his turn. I'd be threatening the fork, but he would see it and he would move. So, yeah, I'm thinking queen here, actually. To guard and not have to take back with the queen first. Because I just find that very hard to play without the queen, even if I have the 2 rooks up. And then I want to play here. Threatening here. Okay. He has a lot of attackers on this. If I take, then he can just simply take the knight. He takes. Still could go for the fork. If I go here, it doesn't fully open up. I mean, he's really close to attacking. If he goes here, takes, goes here, this is a big threat. It can't come back if I give it up. So I could take, he takes, then come back here, and then we hit the queen. Might have to do that. I want to go for this idea. But yeah, this is pretty concerning. I could also just go here. Rook over. Try to take back with the rook. No, I have to take back with the pawn. Takes here. Okay, I'm actually getting pretty low on time here, so. Yeah, this is concerning, so. Maybe I go knight here. Right away. He goes over. Take. I think my knight just has to be able to come back here. To cut off the bishop. The bishop has to go away. Yeah, he still moves and then probably can still open it up. Can't challenge the bishop here. Yeah, I knew the bishop would be a threat. Could also take. I am able to just play here to block it, but I feel like he'll have a way to attack me there. Oh yeah, then he also has the knight coming in, and then he threatens the checkmate like that. So I think I just have to. No, I can't take actually. I think I just have to go knight back. Right. What about pawn forward? Because then that keeps everything closed down, and it is guarded. No, but then again, he just takes the knight. Never mind. Actually, if he takes my knight, I take his knight. Maybe it is fine. He might win the pawn. I don't know. Maybe I just go here and threaten the fork. Because I'm just gonna go here and just play offensively, even though I'm very concerned about this. But I'm getting too low on time. And I don't know, I might be perfectly fine here if I found the right move, but I feel like I was having a lot of trouble finding the right move because he's just going to open this up with all these pieces and it's still going to be pretty bad. Once he gets to this file, even if I block the diagonal with the knight, it still looks very dangerous because this knight comes in, so yeah, I'm actually not sure what to do there. Take, like, yeah, that looks really bad because he's immediately threatening mate. I guess if I come back with the knight, maybe that is okay though. Take, knight back. No, because then again, yeah, again his no, I'm still guarding actually. This pawn's still guard, so I guess his knight can't hop in. So maybe just simply taking and hopping the knight back was okay. All right, I think I'm going to. Do I do this? Check, take. We take. He goes here. How do I guard the mate? I think I push the pawn. Push the pawn. He takes here. But then I push this pawn. No, because the bishop is hitting the queen. I'm not sure how I guard the mate actually. Take here. Wait, you can't go over right there. He has to go here. Okay, maybe I can. I'm just gonna play this. Yeah. Let's just try. But once he goes there. Okay, do I have time to protect? He takes there. He wants to try to get the mate very quickly. I take, he takes. Take. If we just try to trade everything, might be fine. Can't go here. Here threatens mate. And here. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. Okay, I think I just have to take because I don't have any time. But I think once he goes. Oh wait, he already had the threat of mate there. Oh. He had it on that square too. With the pawn. Okay. Having some rough games today, but that's okay. We did go down to 1287. We're still hovering around 1300. Um, let's check the game review for this one though, and I'm gonna remember to switch over to the game review page. I was so tunnel vision on him getting the checkmate on, what was it, like h7? Oh, actually, you know what? He had 91.5 accuracy, so he played exceptionally well, actually. I still had decent accuracy. I thought my accuracy might be really bad, but I think he just played extremely well. It gave him a 2050 game rating. Let's see. So yeah, these are all book moves. Okay, that just says best. Okay, did want the light square bishop to come out and hit the knight early. Yeah, that probably makes sense to have done that. Maybe even before my knight comes out. But we're still fine here. And then it actually wants the knight this way to hit the bishop. But yeah, the one time I looked at this and watched a couple videos on it, I learned to put the knight here. So that's kind of just my go-to. We're still in a perfectly fine position here. That was inaccurate, and then it does want me to go ahead and kick him, but he wanted to just go back to here. Apparently I have a little bit of an advantage here, though. Probably because of all the space I take up with my pawn. So this was a mistake because you allowed the opponent to eventually win a pawn. You see the tactic? He pushes... Wait. He pushes here. Why not just take, though? Oh, never mind, because he can just take back. He has two defenders. Well, that doesn't matter, though, yeah, because then it's just one pawn for one pawn, so he can take back. And that's not really a problem. So I don't know why it doesn't want me to take them. It actually wants his knight to come here. I think this is a complicated engine tactic. Actually, oh, no, maybe not, because he just forks these two. But I still have the center pawn. He takes that. Hitting this bishop. This one can probably come back to guard. Okay, I don't know. I'm not going to look too much at that, because it's kind of complicated and it didn't play out at all. Okay, he goes knight over there. He was having a couple inaccuracies and misses here, but his accuracy at the end was one of the highest that I've seen for a pretty long game. Okay, I wanted me to trade the rooks, but I think what I played was still fine here. Take. Okay, so did this immediately... This says good. Did the fork immediately make sense? Let's just see what the engine says. No, it's a mistake. So was he intentionally doing that to try to bait me? And I just didn't actually... At the very start, I didn't notice. And then I noticed it after, but then I realized it did seem kind of dangerous to go for it. So here, and then I go for it. So this was best, so I'm still totally fine. It didn't like the king over. Now he's winning just from that move. It wants the knight to come here. Take. I'm going to take with this pawn. That seems more dangerous. Probably would take... I guess maybe it's fine. Would I take like this? This pawn's really weak, though. But this doesn't allow his bishop to do anything. I guess either way it doesn't, because this is still supported by a pawn. So the main threat was the bishop on the diagonal, which is the only thing I was focused on. I completely overlooked it at the end that the pawn was also helping him threaten a different type of checkmate. Here he tried to bait me to play this, I think. Because I believe... Yeah, he would simply just win this. So I think he was intending to bait me there into playing that. But we saw the tactic. And now I started getting very hopeful about playing this and somehow making it work. And I did win material, I think, playing this, but it didn't matter because his counterattack with the double checkmate threat was too strong. So if I had played that, yeah, this was actually a blunder. I just got so low on time, and I couldn't decide. So let me figure out if I just took, which is what I was thinking, maybe this was fine. Oh, never mind. I totally forgot again that the knight just hangs, which I did realize, and that's why I didn't play that. Yeah, I couldn't find the right move here. What did it want? It wants me to just take the rook. How is that the right move, though? Let me see what it wants after. So take, and then what? Then knight to here, which I considered. Queen comes back. Then we push the pawn. Because the knight is safe now. Okay, that makes sense. Because before, if I push the pawn, the knight hangs. Or this pawn would be weak and he could maybe take it or something. I guess it's already weak. Yeah, never mind. So it was mostly just the knight being a problem. Okay, this would be really good. And now we're pretty even here. Yeah, I just had to find this defense. I opted to play aggressively and try to hope that my attack would be quicker than his checkmate threat. But I just couldn't calculate it clearly enough. And I went with the riskier move and it did not work. And then here, I just was too low on time and I couldn't find a defense against the mate. Yeah, it's plus 6.89, so it's already lost here. So the fact that I couldn't find a defense didn't really matter because it looks like there wasn't a defense. So I just took here, thinking that he was going to go here and try to threaten checkmate, not realizing he just has mate and 1 there. But I don't think I could have really done much. I guess I could have just gone here. But then he goes here and he's threatening this mate. Okay, and then I have to sack the rook to the bishop to try to survive. Yeah, pretty rough. So he did a great job of exploiting the pawns that I pushed a little bit. And I think just this one move of bringing the knight back was the main thing that I had to find. I didn't expect him to push this pawn at all. It totally caught me off guard, but it makes total sense. I just was focused on all the pieces over here, not the pawns. So I had to find this. Wait, what? I thought it just told me to play that. But then it said inaccuracy. Was this not what it wanted me to play? Let me check this. Oh, never mind. It wanted me to take first. That's why. So taking... I have to take the rook first. And then go here? What's the difference? I'm not sure I know the difference there. Take. Then here. So if I go here first, then what does he play? Queen h3. Attacking the queen. Oh. Okay. Attacking the queen. If I take, he has 2 attackers on the rook. But he has to take back first. So, oh wait, no, he doesn't because he takes with check. So take, and then he takes back. So yeah, that would win material. I don't know if he would have found that. I guess maybe he would have. It's not that crazy. So that's why I simply had to remove the threat of the 2 rooks attacking here. Okay, I would have never known that. I would have just, if I found this, if I realized this was the right move, I would have probably just played it right away. But yeah, I didn't take, I just was in such a tricky position that it was hard to find the right sequence because I had to know that I would have to take here first. Get rid of the 2 attackers. I guess it's kind of intuitive maybe that this could become a threat even if you don't see it exactly how it's going to play out. Take. And then knight comes back. Yeah, okay. So the knight coming back was the main thing because it allows me to push the pawn afterwards without hanging the knight. That's the key difference, which I didn't know. I considered going here, but not realizing that it gave me that big benefit of being able to push the pawn afterwards. But yeah, he played that really well in terms of just exploiting those pawns. So yeah, he did a great job. We are at 1287 now. 2 losses. The first one was a little